Hi there, my name is Kayleigh.
My name is Shay.
And we're tackling some big debt.
In the big, snowy apple.
And we believe that the journey to physical fitness and financial independence happens a little bit every single day. So here is a wild and wacky week in our lives. Good morning, my friends. Happy Monday. I'm headed to a dentist appointment. In our household, when you've had a little too much to drink, instead of saying that you're hungover, because that's not very cool, we say you've been mildly concussed. Or concussed, or in this manner, severely concussed. My wife is at home suffering from a concussion. So I think she went back to sleep. You may not see her for a while. But I gotta go to the dentist, so let's roll. Dentist. I didn't have breakfast first, and I'm exhausted. No coffee in me, nothing. I chose 15 minutes more sleep, which is maybe the wrong decision. I broke a filling, grinded my teeth in my sleep. So I gotta get a crown and also a night guard.
I just realized that I did not give any kind of update this morning. My bad. I am working right now. I got a little bit of a late start because I was out last night and I did not sleep very well. But that's okay. I slept in a little bit and I got a bit of a late start, and I'm just gonna work a little bit later, get all my hours in. I've got my coffee, I have my breakfast. I've got my assistant right here. And yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but that's not gonna stop me from having a great day. And I really wanna focus on the house and making it nice and comfy, and just having a nice meal ready when Kayleigh gets home. So that's what I'm doing today. Quick update, the heat today is, as it has been like the past week, like semi-present at best. So I did bring our little fireplace space heater in here, and you can tell what a big difference it's making because the cats immediately came to hang out and be in the warmest room in the house. So I am still going on my little work projects. I'm gonna work until about 3, and then I am gonna get this house clean. Taking a quick break to have some lunch right about now. So I am just polishing off the last of these cucumbers, working on our lovely little container of hummus, and then I might have a little salty, crunchy carb to go with that, and definitely probably a little bit of turkey jerky for some protein. I'm not putting it nicely on a plate because I don't want to do more dishes. That's the only reason.
I had breakfast out today because I woke up late, didn't pack a lunch, so I gotta go pick up lunch. Spending money like I got it today. Oh, sheesh.
I've got about an hour left on my day job, but I did just want to make sure that I got the chicken for tonight's dinner thawing and getting ready to go. So that is what I am working on right now. I had to get a little creative to get the chicken fully submerged in the water, and the cool water just helps it defrost a little bit faster. So that's the setup that I've got going right now, and then hopefully it will be beautifully fully defrosted when I am ready to get started on dinner. All right, I'm all clocked out of work and I am gonna go out. We spent a lot of the day yesterday going through all of the stuff that's in our office and in my sewing supply closet. So that trash bag right there is clothing that I was gonna do some sewing projects too, but it's simply never gonna happen. And that's gonna go to the thrift store. And then these are electronics that we're just gonna kind of put out by the trash in hopes that someone who might need them will find them and take them. But if not, then they will be in the trash. And then I think I might also pick up a cheeky little sparkly beverage for dinner. I might get Kayleigh a little Coke Zero, and I'll get myself, I don't know, a sparkling water or something. So that's where I'm headed. I'm back home. I successfully dropped everything off. I also stopped at the natural health food store that is right next to the thrift shop, and I got some raspberry leaf tea and some dandelion root tea. These are for Kayleigh to help with her fibroid symptoms, her hormonal imbalance. Red raspberry leaf is a fantastic tea that's just very generally supportive of a woman's reproductive system. It just helps basically with everything. And dandelion root is specifically supportive of the liver, which is also very good for supporting just like hormones like moving through the body the way they're supposed to, because your liver, you know, processes the hormones when they need to be out of your system. So I got these two. I'm gonna make some tea, maybe make a big jug of it. I also got her a little Coke Zero for dinner tonight, and I got myself a little lemon lime olipop because that sounded lovely. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to clean the house. It doesn't need too much cleaning, but it does need, you know, a regular day's cleaning. And I'm going to get started on dinner. And I've decided I'm going to make swamp soup for dinner. Now I've got my chicken cooking. I just cubed it up as best I could. And now it is cooking in a pan with some oil, obviously, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of chili powder. And after that's done cooking, I'm gonna set it aside to add into the swamp soup when we're all done. Everything is kind of ready. I've got my spinach, my parsley, and these are scallions, jalapenos, garlic, and ginger, just very roughly chopped. The beautiful thing about this recipe is that because it gets all blended up, you don't have to be super precious with the vegetable prep. So I'm gonna take this whole bag of spinach, put it in this boiling broth, and let it wilt down. So as you can see, I put in a ridiculous amount, and it's just wilting down to basically nothing. So after this is done cooking, we're gonna add the rest of the vegetables in here fresh, and then blend this whole thing up with an immersion blender, which is not technically what she says to do in the recipe, but since I don't have to cook any rice in this, I'm just gonna immersion blend the whole thing. Okay, all of the ingredients have been added and blended together, and this is what it looks like. Obviously, you can see the reason that people call it swamp soup is because of this crazy, beautiful, vibrant green color. And normally in this recipe, it's cooked with rice. So the starches in the rice thicken the soup a little bit naturally. And since I'm not doing that, what I decided to do instead was add just a teeny tiny bit of cornstarch to the soup. And so I'm bringing that up to a boil, and that will help give the soup base a little bit of thickness that it would not otherwise have. So I'm going to bring that up to a boil quickly, add the chicken in, and let it sit on the heat until Kayleigh comes home. The soup is complete. It's delicious. I am going to let this stay warm on the stovetop. Kayleigh has just begun her journey home, so I am going to get into go mode and get the house clean.
Today was supposed to be a chill work day.
I did a couple of dishes, but I am gonna get into the stages of plating dinner. I thought tonight might be a nice night to just kind of sit at the table. Kayleigh's had a very long day that was a lot more stressful than she originally thought it was gonna be, so I just thought that might be a nice thing to do. So she should be home like literally any second, so I'm gonna start toasting the bread that's gonna go on the side and getting the soup plated up. My wife!
Hi, baby.
Hi.
I'm so grumpy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
These people made me mad. We've got some brother snuggling happening in here. Oh, hi, buddies. You guys cold, so you're snuggling on the chair? I just woke them up, so they're all, hi, boys. Okay, that's stepping on him. Don't step on him. Hi, buddy. Oh, fancy. I'm drinking the swamp, y'all. She got us little sodies. I got my Coke. Oh! All right. Ruining the vibe. Harvey's just gonna watch us eat dinner this whole time.
Yeah. Update. We finished eating dinner. It was delightful.
It was.
Kayleigh spent a little while putting together some spreadsheets, updating them, all of that good stuff. And now
End of the month stuff.
End of the month stuff, and now we know our savings rates and all sorts of shit. I cleaned up and I did the rest of the dishes, and now we are going to sit down and do our monthly wrap-up videos. And Giles is going to yell while we do that.
I am editing the videos that we just finished filming.
Yes.
Last night I stayed up pretty late playing my game, so I feel like I can do editing tonight, and it won't be the end of the world because I stayed up real late playing my game. Also, we didn't tell you guys how nothing weekend was.
It was excellent. We had
Excellent
nothing weekend. It was incredibly restorative. We did the things we wanted to do. I have found that my brain doesn't respond very well to actually just sitting around and doing nothing. So I just let myself do whatever tasks I want to do.
Yeah, we even did a little bit of chores, and that felt pretty nice. And we just did things as they felt like we wanted to do them, and it ruled. I played a lot of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep.
Quite good. I played basically the entirety of the DLC Iki Island. So recently, last night, I just finished up Iki Island.
I went through my fabric stash and took all of the weird little bits of fabric and I cut them all.
Just squares, diamonds.
Which is it's very useful.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, some of them did turn out to be.
And something crazy happened, you guys.
Oh.
Willow sat in my lap 3 times.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. But yeah, that was our whole nothing weekend. And so Shay's working on some sewing projects because what happened was Shay cleaned out her sewing projects and was like, oh yeah, look at all these things I was doing.
So many things.
So Shay is going to show you what she's working on right now.
I am. So the sewing project that I'm working on right now is a new method of pattern drafting that I wanted to experiment with because I have this top right here. It's made some appearances on the vlog, certainly. And I really like the shape of it, and I want to use it as the basis for a couple of other projects that I would like to make. But obviously I don't want to take it fully apart because then I have to put it back together, and like that's just not something you want to do if you don't have to. So I learned a new method of pattern drafting where you put your pattern paper on top of a piece of cardboard and you take a pin and you poke through all of the seam lines so that what you end up with is something that looks like this. And you can see, well, if my freaking camera would focus, there you go. You can see all of these little tiny perforations. That is where I pricked the pin into the pattern paper. And that is how I came up with this. And it should be an exact copy of the front panel of this top. So I'm very excited to continue experimenting with this because I feel like this is going to be such a game changer if it works out.
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday. Kayleigh has made a request that instead of going to the gym this morning, we stretch together.
I think we should be stretching like at least 2 days a week together.
Yeah?
Yeah. Gym 3 days, stretch 2 days.
Okay.
Is that good?
Sure.
I like the stretching. I feel like my muscles are not very limber.
Stretch before we trudge out into the cold for our food picture cleanup.
Yeah. That'd probably be good, actually.
I've got a little mug of hot water.
Is that what you're holding?
Yeah.
It's chilly this morning. I won't lie and say that that's not a good reason for stretching instead of going to the gym. It's so freaking cold.
According to traditional Chinese medicine, you're supposed to do cold water in the morning. You're supposed to do hot water in the morning. And it was cold anyway, so I was like, let me try this out. See if I feel a bajillion times better.
Do you feel a bajillion times better?
Right now, kind of.
What do we got going on today?
Not much. Another chill office day for you. You're just wrapping up what you've got to do for the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before you go on your big trip.
Yeah, before I go on my big trip.
Big work trip, very exciting.
I've actually got like way more to do today than I have any business needing to do today, considering that I'm about to be out for the rest of the week. Like doing work stuff for the rest of the week, but I'm not gonna be doing. I'm not gonna even have my computer. They told me not to even. They said don't even bring your computer. You're gonna be doing so many things while you're here. You don't have time.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I know.
Pretty good.
But yeah, I got lots to do today at work, and then I haven't packed it all.
Yeah.
And I want to do our taxes tonight.
Yeah. I have my regular work day, and then I also have a training class for my intimacy coordinator certification. It's going to take a lot of classes
to get to the
certification. I have to take an amount of classes that you would have to take for like a master's program.
Basically, yeah.
But I through this program I only have to pay for them one at a time.
And that is nice. And then you're like not committed to their schedule.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, maybe even a bigger thing than not paying for all of it at the same time.
Yeah. And the total cost is actually still a little bit less than it would be for like a big in-person certification.
Checks all the boxes.
It does.
So we're doing that. So while Shay does her workshop tonight, I'm going to file our taxes.
You've got from 5 p.m. till 8 p.m.
You're going to be in that workshop from 5 to 8?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to try to leave the office a little early.
I think that's good.
Because I have to be up really early tomorrow, too. Like, I have a good reason to. So we should be able to have dinner, then do your workshop. I'll do our taxes. And then I have to pack.
Yeah, you do.
Luckily, it's only a couple of days, so.
Yeah. And Kayleigh's really good for dressing during 75-degree weather.
Yeah, but I have to wear pants and, like, stuff.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be on the farm.
Oh, yeah.
I got very specific instructions. And there we go. That's our plan for the day. It's going to be a good one. Got lots to do, but I don't think it's going to be exceptionally busy.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
We got this. My wife made breakfast and is making fun of me because I coughed. That's messed up.
You did it first. And that was rude.
When did I do that?
Earlier this morning?
That doesn't sound like me. Thank you for breakfast.
You're welcome.
It's been over a week since the snowstorm, but it's been so cold that it's just still here. Nowhere for it to go.
One thing that always makes me chuckle about the cats is that we do so much to make sure that they are like super duper comfy and well taken care of. And I've got the space heater all set up in the office. It's the warmest spot in the house. And that does not matter. Today, they're not in the mood for that. They all want to sit in bed in the coldest room in the house instead. I don't know what that's about, but unfortunately, I do have to kick them all out so I can make the bed, which is tough. I am all clocked out of my day job for the day. I got a lot of good work done. Giles immediately stole the chair that I was sitting in, so he's all nice and warm and comfy. And now there are a lot of household chores I have to tackle. The one that I'm feeling the most apprehensive about, but is also like super duper necessary, is going through and kind of cleaning out our kitchen storage. There's a lot of stuff that, like, a lot of considerations that need to be made. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now. All right, all the other chores that need to get done during the day are now done, and it is time to tackle the kitchen cabinets, and specifically this guy right here that houses all of our like sheet trays and muffin tins and our tart pans and things like that. It is so woefully overcrowded, so I'm gonna get to cleaning that out right now, and I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, as it turns out, this thing I've been putting off is actually not so bad at all. I've reorganized everything so it fits nicely, and we're getting rid of the old cutting boards that are kind of like gross and used up at this point. So that's good, and everything else is going to be much easier. Well, this actually was pretty easy as well. Everything else is going to be a little bit more straightforward because I don't have anything to clean out per se. It's sort of just like zhuzhing and making sure that everything is where it's supposed to be and is nice and wiped down and clean and all of that good stuff.
I'm heading home a little early, not even as early as I would have liked, and I'm still not done, but I'm gonna go work and finish at home because I have so much to do, but I didn't quite wrap up what I was wanting to do today because it just took longer than I thought it would. To be on an airplane in like 13 hours or something. Let's do this. Yummy. Back to work. She likes me now. How's your class going so far?
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I'm also proud of myself because, you know, this was stuff that I kind of had to figure out how to advise on when I was actually an intimacy coordinator for a show. And it's like, oh, I know that. Oh, I know that too. Oh, yes. So it was fun.
Heck yeah. That rules. Oops, I accidentally 0.5x'd you.
Oh, don't do that.
All right, well, I'm gonna come join you in the office and do our taxes now.
Heck yeah.
Woo!
Wahoo.
Got myself a Coke Zero for tax doing. I even saved it. I just finished up with my work, and I
Yeah.
told everyone, I'm out of here.
Excellent.
Wahoo! Shay is done with her class. How was it?
It was really good.
She
I have
loved it.
5 pages of notes.
5 pages of notes. I did our taxes, and every single year, our amended return also was just, oh, well, the federal, I didn't change anything. Every single year, I learned something new about doing our taxes, in that I learned how I could be getting us more money back on our taxes, and this year was a doozy. I did not know, and this, this is me not reading. This is me not reading. I take full responsibility. Did not know about the, so Shay works for a business in Connecticut.
I do.
Which means that she pays taxes to the state of Connecticut, but she is not a resident of Connecticut.
That is correct.
Did not know that you're supposed to file and say, hey, I'm a resident of New York, and hey, New York, I paid these taxes to another state. And then they go, oh, okay, here's some money to offset that. Did not know about that. So I do now. Did that for this year. This year's handled. Went back, filed an amended tax return for last year.
So we're going to get monies.
So we're going to get the money back we should have gotten last year, but it's just the money to offset the money that we paid to the state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like I learned a lot. Like we both learned a lot today. Mm-hmm. And our taxes are not really that complicated. I just need to slow down and read. And every year I get a little bit better.
You need to slow down and read is such a vibe for your whole life.
What do you mean?
I'm just agreeing with what you said, baby.
Anyway, we're also in mourning today. I found out that my favorite shitty dive bar, the one where I once took Shay and I queued up the music perfectly, so when she walked in, one of our favorite songs was playing, and she was like, that was the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. And we used to go there after work, me and my best friend Elijah. That's where our friendship really formed.
We had our engagement party there.
Yeah. It's closed.
It's closed.
And I gotta say, over the last 2 years, the finance bros found it. And so it was kind of, which, like, for a dive bar to get richer people in it, that does make it worse.
It does.
Yeah. So that's just tough. I found out today.
Crowd in the place.
That it's
Ordering
closed.
cocktails.
Ordering an Aperol Spritz at a dive bar,
Takes the bartender 5 minutes to explain that no, they're not going to do that.
Or they are going to do that, but they have to look up the recipe first. It's not good. It was bad. It was going down. We hadn't been there, I think, since our engagement party.
No, we've been there since.
Well,
now you're being dramatic.
We hadn't been there in a long while. So it closed. I got COVID there the first time, you guys. Like, literally, it was like February 19th I was there. And then the whole city shut down. No, it had to be...
It was March 12th.
March 12th. Shay knows better than I do. March 12th. So I was there on March 11th. The night of March 11th. Because back when I didn't have a family that I had to provide for, and I was maybe a little reckless with the way that I lived my life, everyone said, oh, there's this crazy thing happening. There's this crazy virus. But they're going to shut the city down. So let's go out. Maybe not the best of ideas. Maybe not exactly what I would recommend one does, but that is what we did. And we closed down the bar that night. And then 2 days later, I couldn't taste anything. Not good. Don't recommend it, but that is what happened.
Yeah.
The next year, I went there on my birthday, and we were sitting outside on their makeshift patio because nobody was allowed to be inside yet. And we were sitting outside having a few drinks, and I said something about, like, oh, but it's my birthday, so da-da-da. And then a man walking by who maybe did not have a place to sleep at night said, why are you talking about my sister? To the table next to us. And everybody was like, what? And he goes, it's my sister's birthday. And then he punched a man in the face. And then just walked away.
So lots of memories.
I loved that place, man. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds very bad, but I did love that place. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Taxes done. Shay's class done. I have to leave for the airport in 7 hours. I should probably pack.
Yeah.
Let's go pack. Will you come with me?
No, I need to do dishes. And
Oh.
I want to.
I don't have to do dishes?
And then I want to work on my project.
So you're gonna do the dishes while I pack?
But were you gonna do them after? You weren't gonna do them.
No. But if you do them, then they're still done, and then I still feel like I did them because they're done.
No.
I'm gonna take that feeling, the joy. All right. Does anybody want to come with me and pack? Harvey? Willow, perhaps? Giles, maybe? Come on. Let's go pack. Yay! Ah! Part of my packing is getting all of our vlog videos so far off our phones and onto my external drive. And then while I'm away, Shay is going to upload her vlog footage to the Just Finance Google Drive. And then I will still be able to edit the videos. I probably won't edit like while I'm actively on my trip. But on the plane home, I can get most of the editing done for the week. And I'm really jazzed about this like mobile YouTube setup we got going on. I'm feeling nerdily excited about it. So let's go. All right, we are freshly showered. I am packed. I am ready to go. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at like 2:45 a.m. I'm still vlogging, girl. I gotta tell you, we never closed out.
It's late.
But we're gonna go to bed, and then I'm gonna get up early in the morning, and then I'll talk you through my trip on my way over to the airport. Good night. Good morning, friends. I'm packed. I got my little energy drink. It's my last witch's brew. If you know, you know. And I'm ready to head to the airport. So let's roll. If you're new, this is the first trip that you're going on with me, then you should know I get violently motion sick. So basically, I don't really prefer to ride in a vehicle if it can be avoided. At least not like small individual like cars. Buses are usually okay. Planes are usually pretty fine. Boats are awful. And this drives my wife nuts, but I'd rather walk and take the bus to the airport than call a car. Obviously, we don't own a car. We live in New York. But I just would really rather walk to the bus, even though I'm going on a company trip and they would pay for me to call a car to the airport. If I can bear it, which it's cold out, but it's not outrageously cold. After how it's felt the last few weeks, it feels downright balmy. But yeah, I don't prefer to ride in the backseat of a car, especially not the Lyfts and Ubers in New York where they're driving crazy. I feel like I get more motion sick in those cars than any other car in my life. So I'm walking. There's nobody in the security line. I'm way too early. I watched 2 episodes of Law & Order SVU by the fountain, and now it's finally time to go pee and head to my gate. I bet Shay's still sleeping. That should be me.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Kayleigh is now on a plane to her work trip, which is very exciting. And that means that for the next 3 days, today is Wednesday, so I get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all to myself, which is very exciting. So I am just gonna vibe all day, get stuff done around the house, get some projects done, work on my sewing project that I've got going right now. And it's just gonna be a very chill, nice time for me to be by myself before we start rehearsals for my show on Tuesday. So I miss Kayleigh very much, but I'm actually really excited about having some time to myself in the house. I'm all sat down at my desk. I've got my coffee, clocked into work. I'm hoping to get like a big project, the first part of it at least, done today. So that's what I'm aiming for, and I'm gonna be chilling here for most of the morning.
Time to go to Costa Rica.
Taking a quick little break to have some lunch. Kayleigh did not eat her lunch yesterday, so I am eating it instead. I don't know that I'm gonna eat everything that she packed for herself, but definitely gonna eat most of it. So that's what I'm having for lunch. You ever have one of those work days where you're like so close to finishing a project and you just keep thinking like, oh, after I finish this one thing, it'll be done. And then there's another thing and you do that. And then there's another thing and you do that. I did that for like a full hour after I was supposed to clock out. And eventually I was like, you know what? I have to finish this tomorrow. So but it's okay. I have one more work day this week, so I am going to finish it tomorrow and probably, hopefully I'll be able to get everything done and just clock out an hour early tomorrow so that I still have all my appropriate hours for the week. For the pay period, Giles was sat right here, taking up 2/3 of the chair for my entire workday, but that's alright, because he was warm and snuggly, and that was also kind of nice. So now I was also really like locked into the project, so I did not do any chores, hardly at all. So now I've got some cleaning to do. So I'm gonna clean, and then I'm going to maybe put on a movie or something and work on my little sewing project. It's gonna be a nice, cozy evening. I might go out and get a bottle of red wine. I might not. We'll see how I feel.
The left hand side, okay, over there. This is a la Willow. Where are you gonna be tomorrow? Are you ready to collect the red beans coffee? So
I have arrived at my hotel. All right, friends, by the time you see this, I will be not here. So I'm gonna give you a room tour, and this one is outrageous. We are staying at the Hacienda Belen. It's a Marriott in not San Jose, Costa Rica. I found out on the bus over. It says not San Jose, but I don't remember when. I don't know. But we're at the Hacienda Belen, and it is a gorgeous hotel so far. And let me show you my room. So first, we're starting in the bathroom because it's right by the front door. Gorgeous tile, gorgeous woodwork, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous toilet. A little coffee station. And then, y'all, look at this room. This is outrageous. This is so nice. We got coffee cherries. Coffee production is huge in Costa Rica. That's kind of why I'm here. These gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. But also, look at this. Like, are you kidding? This is outrageous. So it's a lovely room. I'm really excited. I'm gonna go have lunch with some friends right now. But first, I just wanna okay. I'm here on a work trip. I'm going to try to edit around work things as much as possible. But there may be a moment at some point on this trip where you go, wait, does Kayleigh work for... And then you're going to think you know where I work. And that's okay. I'm not like weird about where I work. I just don't want my channel to be about my job. So if you think you know, you're probably right. And let's just leave it at that and like not do a bunch of comments about where I maybe work. Does that make any sense at all? You can't answer me, so I hope so. Just probably, you're probably right. And that's going to be that, you know? Some of you might also work for this company. This is a very large company. And I'm going to be doing a lot. This is a work trip, but it's not a trip where I will be working. It's a trip where I will be learning. And this is a really cool trip that they do just for like a very few people every year. And I have been wanting to go on this trip I've worked for the company for almost 10 years now. And I've been wanting to go so bad. So this is my time. This is my year. I'm really excited and I want to share it with you guys. But we have to swear, like nobody be weird about my job in the comments. Okay? I think we can agree to that. I will just, like, even if you leave a really lovely comment, if you mention my place of work, I will have to delete it just because I don't want this channel to be, like, tied up in that because I don't want my opinions and my budgeting and my stuff to be tied up with stuff that's happening in the company, if that makes, you know? Anyway, I'm going to quit yapping. I'm sure I'll be doing plenty of yapping. Don't you worry. I'm going to change into real pants because I'm in sweatpants, and I'm going to go meet up with my friends for lunch.
There was no tearing myself away from the computer today. I was so ready to get up and start cleaning the house and doing my projects and all of that. And as you can see, it's now dark out. It's now 5:30. And I had a bunch more computer work that I had to do. I ended up having to forward some fundraising emails for the show to a couple of people. And then also get in touch with potential replacement stage managers because we lost our stage manager, so we have to find a replacement. It's been a whole thing, but it seems as though we are hopefully looking at the other side of that little snafu. So that's very exciting, and now I finally get to make myself dinner even though I am so tired and also hungry. We're doing our best. All right, I am getting dinner together, and I just thought I would kind of show you what I'm doing. There's no recipe for this. I'm literally just kind of improvising with what we have in the fridge. But the stuff that we do have is these Costco salmon fillets. I've got a bulb of fennel, and I've got the last of this pull-apart cheesy brioche bread. So I'm going to just make a little dinner with all of that. So what I've got right now is I've got a little bit of butter going in this pan. And to that, I'm gonna add a bed of delicious things. I'm gonna poach this salmon. So this is how I poach like a fillet of fish that looks like this. It is literally the easiest thing ever. And I only just discovered how to do it like literally yesterday, and I'm obsessed with this as a method of cooking fish now. And I would love to share it with you all as well, because that was easy as heck. So what I've got right now is I've got a little bit of butter going in the pan so nothing sticks to the bottom for any reason, even though we're gonna cover it all with water. It's literally fine. So I am just chopping up this whole thing of fennel. I'm using a knife on the prongs because they're just a little bit harder to get with the mandolin. And then I'm gonna slice the rest of this. You can also slice it with a knife, but the mandolin is just faster and a little bit nicer in my opinion. And so I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the bottom of the pan as a base for the salmon to poach on top of, so it doesn't like burn on the bottom of the pan even though it's in liquid. And then the rest of it I am going to make a little salad out of. This is a great like little plate because it doesn't use too many different ingredients. Like all of the same ingredients are being used in different ways in different parts of the dish. So that makes me very happy. Okay, so we've got all of this lovely fennel that I just sliced up with the mandolin, and now I'm gonna take just a little bit of this and some lime slices because that's what I've got going on, but lemon slices are also great, and I'm gonna layer these in the bottom of the pan for the salmon to lay on top of. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover the whole thing with a little bit of water, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of white wine, and that is gonna be the poaching liquid for this guy. I'm going to cut it in half because I don't need the whole fillet, I just need a half a fillet, and that will be plenty for me for dinner. Oh, the butter's burning. Whoops. Okay, so now I've got everything in here. As you can see, I've kind of just nestled my fillet of fish on top of some of the vegetables so that it doesn't make contact with the pan. And then I've just filled the rest of it with liquid. I used lemon juice, white wine, and water, but yesterday I just used water and lemon juice, and that was also delicious. I'm literally gonna cover this and cook it for maybe 10 minutes, and then after that it should be done. It's literally that simple. It's also really hard to overcook the fish using this method, which is another reason that I love it. It has now been about 10 minutes and it's literally ready that quickly. I just dressed the rest of the sliced fennel in a little bit of olive oil and the rest of the lime juice and some salt and pepper, obviously. The salmon is cooked to perfection, and I just heated up this little pull-apart brioche roll, and that is a whole meal. And I've got that. I used a splash of white wine in this, and so I am having it on the side, of course. My cheeky little bevy that Kayleigh would not normally like to have if she was here. She only likes rosé and sparkly wines and orange wines, so I'm treating myself to a little white wine to go with my fish, and I'm gonna sit down and then hopefully finally get to cleaning up the house and doing some project time. I absolutely destroyed that dinner. It was so tasty, and of course I enjoyed it with my favorite comfort show to watch while Kayleigh's not here, Barefoot Contessa, of course. It is like 6:40 right now ish, give or take, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a 20-minute timer. I'm gonna clean the house to the extent that I can in that 20 minutes, and then I'm just gonna be done. I'm gonna be done for the evening. I don't want to spend too much time cleaning, and honestly there's not anything that has to happen super emergently. Like, the house is pretty tidy, so it's not too bad. And yeah, I'm gonna clean until 7, and then I'm gonna do my gosh darn project.
All right, I was yip-yapping, catching up with my friends. Then we went and got jackets because it's time for us to go to actual dinner, which is outside on a patio. Everyone taking pictures of me.
Right? That's why I brought the hand sanitizer.
Look at the flowers, wow. right, I am back in the room. Everyone who we are meeting up with from New York has arrived safely. We closed out our evening with another drink. But it's not too late. 10 o'clock. I have to be breakfasted and at our morning meeting at 8 a.m. So I'm gonna set an alarm for like 6:30. I might pull out my computer and get my video footage off my phone right now because I expect that tomorrow I will be filming quite a bit. And yeah, winding down, ready for bed. The birds are awake. Good morning. I went back to sleep for a little bit after the birds woke me up, but not for very long. Getting ready to head down to breakfast. I'm all packed up for the day because we're gonna be out. Literally, we're gonna leave after breakfast. We're gonna be back after dinner, so we're gonna be out all day long. And I'm gonna go get some food in me. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't think so.
Send them in the group when I get home.
Perfect. Follow directions. You're gonna want to have your headsets handy. All right, everyone look at me.
Normal. You know, nowadays weather is a little bit crazy, so it could be totally different. But we're expecting to have the first rain. That same things, but nothing with rose again, because the plant is focusing more on creating new flowers that can be new fruits instead of reaching. What do you think about the garden? No, the garden over here. Amigo, let's go this way. Wait. You ready? What is this? Not only coffee beans, but also raw. So there was, I don't know, a watch, a jewelry. And this is a process that takes from 6 to 7 days. Okay? As we're the beans to the wind and also directly to the sunlight. It means that we're gonna have a copy completely ready in 4 or 5 days. A little bit. We need to.
Check in with Jerry. If he'll let you know what's is and is not safe, or if we pulled something aside for you that's Jerry's the guy in green with the
Oh yeah, we need beverages. What are we doing? We need beverages. They have cold brew over there too.
Hello and happy Thursday. I spent so much time singing the praises of that salmon, and I undercooked it. I think it made me sick because I've been laid out on the couch all day, and Giles has been providing emotional support. But I've been hydrating. I've been eating my wheat thins, and I just clocked into work to try and get a little bit of work done. But yeah, today is a non-starter, which is tough. if I have anything to report on, I will report back. But yeah, I was laid out for most of the morning, unfortunately. So we're not thriving, but we are resting. And I'm endlessly grateful that I have a work from home job that I can still do even when I'm not feeling super well. So
This is my son. I'm going to plant him.
This is a pre-party for the wedding. Oh! These people are following. Yeah. It's a huge part of it.
hello again. As you can see, I am now in real people clothes. I finally feel well enough that I'm hungry, like my body is craving food. And since it's Thursday, I'm like, I should go outside, get some sunshine on my face, get some fresh air. So I am gonna do the laundry. Right now I'm gonna take the laundry down. And I do have another salmon fillet in the fridge, but I'll not be having that. It was 100% my fault, I feel, for undercooking it. However, I don't want to have that for dinner. So I am going to peruse the neighborhood and try to treat my body to something that feels delicious and nourishing. So that's what I'm going to be up to for a little while. The laundry is in the machine, and I don't really feel like going up and down the stairs a ton, so I think I'm gonna take myself to TJ Maxx, just walk around and have a little look-see at stuff to fill the time. I switched over the laundry. It's always the days that you go into the thrift store not expecting to find anything, that you find stuff that you have been looking for like multiple years. I found 2 coats that are replacements for coats that I have but don't love, one of which I'm actually wearing right now. It's my heavy winter coat, but it is not warm enough. So I found a replacement for that, and also a replacement for my leather moto jacket that's like a little bit too big on me. So I'm really, really excited about that.
And drive about 30 hours. It sounds like a big rain stick. It's very soothing despite the motor. Finesse. Oh. And he's gonna gather all that kind of safety layer. Zip ties. Do 1,000 things. It isn't breathable, but it helps prevent bugs and other sorts of like pests from getting in. And then you sew it up.
All right, I'm back home. The laundry's done, and I got myself a nice little dinner. I also forgot that we really need a cat litter, so I did make the extra trip to get a box of cat litter, and I think that may have been what did me in, because my stomach is starting to feel a little bit schwoozy again. This is what I got for myself for dinner. I got a falafel platter. Just because I know that the rice will be good on my stomach, and the chickpea, I think it'll be a nice way to get some protein without eating any meat. And there's some pickled vegetables in here, which always feel good. And so that's what I'm having for dinner. I'm eating very slowly and very cautiously, but eating a full meal. And then if I can, I think I'm gonna show you guys the coats that I got. Okay, I'm gonna show you the haul, and then I'm going to fold as much laundry as I can, and then eventually I'm just gonna call it and continue resting for the rest of the day. But in the meantime, here we have the haul. So both of the purchases I made today were like exact one-to-one swaps for other things that I have in my closet but I don't love. So this is the first thing. It's a coat. I'm sure many of you have seen me wear it. I hope my head's not cut off. There we go. This is like my warm winter coat. But there are a couple things that I don't love about it. First is the color. Camel's not really in my palette, and it just doesn't really go with anything else that I have, even though it's a neutral. It's just not my favorite. I wish it was a little bit longer. I don't love that it's got these lapels. I really wish that it like buttoned all the way up, so that I could stay a little bit warmer. And then the other thing that I don't love is that it's not as warm as it could be. The fiber content on this, it's okay. I think it's like 50% wool and 50% polyester. But it does kind of give me the polyester sweats, and then also doesn't keep me super warm. So I've been looking to swap this out with something else for quite some time, and I found the perfect coat for $34. Oh, and that one's also not lined. So this is Vintage Anne Klein. It's fully lined, 80% wool this time. And it's got all of the things that I really, really wanted. You can tell just like when you put it on that it's a little bit heavier. It's a little bit longer, just a little bit. It goes just below my knees, which is great. It buttons all the way up, which is really, really nice. And obviously it is still nice and big, and it's got lots of room to go over like big chunky knits and stuff like that. So it's very much the same vibe, but it literally fixed every single problem that I had with my other heavy winter coats. So this is coat number 1. Very, very excited about that. The other thing that I've been wanting to replace is this black moto jacket. It is 100% leather. I mean, except for the lining, obviously. But it is leather. It's not fake leather or anything like that. And I like that it's got these little lapels here. I like that it zips all the way up, but it is just a little bit oversized. And when I zip it all the way up, I just feel a little bit like a tube. It's not oversized in a cute way. It's just like actually genuinely a little bit too big. So I found this other moto jacket and I'm so excited about it. This is Jones, New York. It was $28 at the thrift store. It's also 100% leather. It's got all of the functional details that I like. It's got the zip up the center and all of that stuff, but it fits so much nicer. It fits in the arms, it fits in the shoulders really nicely. It hits like my hip bones at a place that I really like. It actually zips like all the way up, which is kind of awesome for if it's ever like raining sideways or anything like that, which I also really enjoy. But it's also got some really cool like stitching details just kind of all throughout the jacket. And the leather on this is just so much softer and I really like it. So those are the 2 jackets that I got, and I am literally going to donate the 2 jackets that these are replacing. Yeah, I'm gonna send them right back to the thrift store. There was a part of me that was like, do I just take off my jacket and be like, this has been donated? But no, I should give it a quick little clean and make sure it's all nice and clean and taken care of, and take care of any pilling that may have happened or anything, just so I can give it in a really good condition to the thrift store. But I'm really excited about both of these purchases. And now I'm going to fold as much laundry as I have the energy to do. I had like half of this platter before I started feeling full. So I think that is probably all I'm gonna be able to eat today. I'm gonna fold as much laundry as I can, and then I'm going to sit my butt right back down on the couch and hang out for the rest of the day.
Like when we're busy, we gotta get a mini trash can. Yeah. Just for,
Like a knock box, but for milk bag tags.
Just for the milk bag tag.
All right, I'm gonna call it for the evening. I had my little lounging time, and that was very nice. And now I'm hopping in the shower, and I'm gonna head to bed. So I will see y'all in the morning.
I was gonna go to bed, and then everyone was like, what are we doing tonight? And I was like, well, I was gonna go to bed, but if y'all are trying to hang out, I'll get convinced. Now I've had 4 margaritas, so. Yeah. Y'all look at me. I was not trying to stay. I was in my pajamas at the bar. Like, pajamas at the bar, okay? I was really gonna go to bed, I swear to God.
Good morning and happy Friday. I slept for about 10 hours. And honestly, when I woke up, I felt like I probably could have slept more, but the budget is calling. So I've tentatively put together my usual breakfast. I think I will be fine to eat the whole thing, but I've got my coffee. So far, my stomach has not been yelling at me about the coffee that I've had. So I think we are on the other side of this weird thing at this point. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast and then I'm gonna get to the budget. All right, I am done filming the budget and I am getting ready to edit the budget. And this guy has decided it is major per boy hours. So he is in my lap, causing a huge but adorable distraction.
I haven't been able to chat much today because we're doing class, really, but it's also very windy, so it's hard to film. I don't even know if you can hear me, but it's my lunch view.
I appreciate each other.
The video is up. I'm just resting for a little bit and putting together the grocery list for when I go out to Trader Joe's this afternoon. Well, it is the afternoon. I really should be leaving quite soon, but I'm putting together the grocery list. I just had the rest of the falafel platter for lunch, and that was excellent. It is really amazing to me how well that falafel place by our house makes falafel. Like, the fact that it's still texturally and like flavor-wise incredible, even the day after, like reheated in the microwave, is really, really impressive because falafel's not easy to make. Anyway, just feeling grateful to live where I live, and also trying to make sure that I take care of my body, even though errands still need to be run and things still need to get done.
Every day, everything is changing. So we have to clean the filter, basically, new material that comes to that.
Cat.
The cat? Oh, so cute!
Cat.
I'm going out to the grocery store, wearing this coat for the first time. I'm already obsessed with it. I love it so much. It's one of those things where there's like a very specific set of sensations when you layer up to leave your New York apartment and it's overheated and then you start to get overstimulated. Like, I feel insulated, but I don't feel like I'm gonna overheat, and that is because of the wool content, baby. So I am just thrilled about the way it looks and how high it buttons up and the way it feels, and I think that's rad. And I am gonna go to the grocery store now.
My work computer backgrounds are gonna go so hard after this.
I know. I really thought the same about that wall inside section as well.
I forgot to fund Wyatt. Thank you to everyone who let me know in the comments. I do so appreciate it, and we will make sure to double fund him next week.
Yes.
Yes. And really what we're looking for when we're doing cuppings is like, we want nothing to be able to hide from us. So you notice these are all the same roast color. This is not your typical roast in terms of a finished good roast. Anywhere in North America, the entire shipping costs and the price of goods, and be like, sorry, I don't have any more. Or taste off. It's roasted much sharper than this. But this
You can see which one we liked the best because the middle one is roasted full and the other two are we didn't like the middle one.
All right.
That was a harrowing experience. Most of the time I'm prepared for the level of chaos that I walk into on any given day in a Trader Joe's, but I did forget that this particular Friday is, first of all, the Friday before another cold snap, so people are trying to not leave their house on Saturday and Sunday, but it's also a couple days before the Super Bowl. So that was a lot. I walked in and they tried to give me a full-size cart, and I was like, you know what, maybe I can manage. I think it'll be fine. Nope. So I put the full-size cart back, and then there were none of the mini carts. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get everything I need and fit it in a basket. So there were a lot of things I did not purchase, but I think I purchased everything that was necessary. So without further ado, here is the haul. Unfortunately, I did not get my kombucha, which makes me very sad, but sacrifices had to be made. Obviously, I got toilet paper because we needed that. For breakfasts, I got just our standard that we've been going with for the last couple of weeks. Bacon, this multi-grain sprouted toast, a carton of eggs, and a bag of apples. And that is breakfasts. For lunches / part of the Super Bowl Sunday menu, I got cucumbers, hummus, more carrots, I got radishes, and I got, just for me, even though they're not in season and they will probably be just okay, a little tiny bag of grape tomatoes. I wanted them. They'll probably be just fine. So it's super not tomato season, but oops. So we are going to we're going to pair all of these vegetables with hummus for our regular lunches, and then we're going to pair it with ranch dip during the Super Bowl. The other thing that I'm making for the Super Bowl is I'm making chili dogs. I find that they are at like the perfect intersection between being insanely delicious, super easy to make, and also like one of the more calorie friendly options in terms of what we would think of as like traditional Super Bowl food. So I got a bunch of stuff for that. Obviously, I got hot dogs and hot dog buns, and those will be delicious. I also got, for the chili, I got ground beef, 2 cans of beans, corn, and 2 jars of salsa. And that is going to be the base for, I should have gotten a can of stewed tomatoes. Maybe I will have to sacrifice these fresh ones to the chili gods. Crud. Oh well, we'll figure it out. I might go to Lincoln Market and get some other stuff because like I didn't get chicken stock for the chili. I was like, I can make some, I just really don't want to. So maybe I will go to Lincoln Market to augment, because I don't know that all of this is going to be enough without the 28-ounce can of tomatoes. Anyway, I got all of that. I got some ground beef, and so that is what we've got going on for the chili dogs. The last thing that I got is more popcorn. It is delicious, but not quite so calorie heavy as a potato chip. So that is also what we are going to have. That's the full Super Bowl spread. I think it's going to be delicious and wonderful and like not too much. So I think it'll be a good amount of stuff. For our lunches, I also got me some sliced deli turkey and Kayleigh some turkey jerky. And that'll also be for lunches. I also got some jalapenos and some garlic to make fire cider with. Once again, I was like, I am not going to get apple cider vinegar right now because I can't fit it in the basket and this is too much. It was very overwhelming in there. And my chili lime rolls, of course. The other thing that I'm making for dinners is I am making a French onion chuck roast. So I am going to braise this chuck roast here. I got a 2-pound chuck roast with a ton of onions. I got 2 bags of onions, 1 of yellow onions and 1 of red onions. Oh, I was gonna sneeze and I didn't. That's okay. I also did not get a baguette, but I think we can get a baguette from our local bread store, and like honestly it'll be better in every way. And then I got some pre-shredded Gruyere cheese to go on top of all of that. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the roast with the caramelized onions and the chuck roast. I'm going to prep some green beans. I don't know if I'm going to do that like on the day of or like prep them in advance. I think I might just get them ready to cook on the day of. And then on the day that we're going to eat it, we're going to top it with the baguette and this lovely Gruyere. And we're going to put it in the air fryer, our little toaster oven, to get it all nice and bubbly. And that's the plan for this week's worth of groceries. You may have noticed that we only have like really 2 dinners planned. Well, kind of 3. 2.5, because we've got the chili, which we'll have by itself at one point, and then we'll also have that on the chili dogs at one point. But if that's not enough, I am going to lean on the stuff that we've got sitting in the freezer right now. So for example, like I've got the last shepherd's pie in the oven, and we might have some of the dumplings and the frozen vegetables for another dinner. But this should be good. So I think we'll be all right. I may go out and get another 28-ounce can of tomatoes and some chicken stock, because I really don't want to make chicken stock. I am not in the mood, but that's what I got going on. I'm gonna put all of this away and try to knock out some chores. There's a lot technically on the list in our little app. However, I have kept the house pretty neat and tidy throughout these last couple of days. So I honestly think that I'll be able to knock all of them out in a pretty reasonable amount of time. So I'm going to see how much I can get done while my dinner is in the oven, and then kind of move forward from there. All right, I'm sat. I am now enjoying my shepherd's pie dinner. Well, my cottage pie dinner, technically, because it's made with beef and not lamb. Yeah, just chilling a little bit, and then I'm gonna get back to the rest of the chores.
We love it here. This was $25. This was $21. This is a beautiful place. I love it.
So I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is that I did not do any chores. Didn't do any chores. The house is tidy, but I did not vacuum or do the dishes, which is tough. The good news is that we have a stage manager now, but I did have to do a lot of emailing back and forth in order to like get her contract signed and all of that good stuff. So on the one hand, there's like this one very, very big thing that I don't have to worry about anymore. But lots of little small things that I have now put off until tomorrow, because I'm certainly not going to do any of them right now at 8:30. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch maybe an episode or two of television, and then I am going to go to bed because I'm tired. Nice early bedtime. Maybe I'll read a book. Who knows? But I am going to sign off for the night. So I will see you all tomorrow morning.
All right, gang, I am back in my hotel room. I'm gonna shower because I've been out all day, sweating again. I need to pack because my stuff is everywhere. I'm not leaving too early tomorrow, which is great because some of my pals are leaving like first thing in the morning, which sucks, but I still want to get packed and stuff so I can sleep in because I'm exhausted. I've had a really wonderful time. I'm very, very tired. I bought some coffee from the coffee farm because of course I did. So I need to get all this stuff put away, be prepared for a long travel day tomorrow, which I am excited to go home. Not excited about that. It's also gonna be like literally 0 degrees or negative degrees when I land. So that'll be fun. I also want to get my computer set up. Shay has uploaded some videos onto our Google Drive, and I've got obviously a ton of footage on my phone, so I'm gonna get all that onto the hard drive so I can edit on the plane tomorrow, so that way this video can still go up on time. So that is my current plan, but first we're gonna shower. Remember last night when I said I was gonna take a shower and then go to bed? You guys won't believe this. I was attacked by 3 margaritas. They fought me and they won. And now after that battle, I'm left. You know, I made it out alive, but I may be mildly concussed.
Good morning and happy Saturday. I finally feel well enough that I can like enjoy the whole day in the house to myself. Kayleigh will be arriving back in New York at around 10:30. So I do have 10:30 p.m. So I do have the whole day to kind of chill and work on my projects and vibe and have on my little shows that I want to have and all of that stuff. But I do have a couple of things that I need to accomplish this morning. Not the first of which being that I do have to venture outside of the apartment to get a couple of things. I forgot the can of tomatoes that I need to make the chili. and that's very necessary. And I also did not get chicken stock, but I'm not in a place where I can make chicken stock and chili that the chicken stock needs to be in on the same day today. I'm not going to do that. So I am going to go to the store and buy chicken stock as well. But other than that, it should be pretty chill. It's going to be a good day. I have a meeting with my new stage manager on Zoom at like 10 a.m. So I'm hoping to get breakfast made and get out the door, grab a couple things at the grocery store, and be back here in time for that. But yeah, I'm finally feeling like fully better. We're thriving again. All right, I'm sat, I'm comfy. I have already dug into my breakfast a little bit, but once I finish this, I am going to head to the grocery store, and Giles is going to continue hanging out. Oh, and Willow. I just walked into my stairwell. I don't know if you can hear how loud the wind is outside right now. I was unaware that it was supposed to be this gusty. I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it.
Okay, I rested and recovered. It's time to get up and get moving. I gotta pack still. I didn't pack last night. I got to hang out with friends who I don't get to see very much, so I wanted to spend some time. And it's just, some of the people that I met this week, it's 2 days, but it was nice to hang out with everyone. Shay put more footage on the Google Drive, so I'm downloading that, so that way my flight is productive. I haven't packed a single thing. Everything is everywhere. But I'm gonna get dressed first, and then just start packing, and I think we will be just fine. My shuttle is at 11, so I've got lots of time. I'm gonna head down about 10:30, so I can check out, and then grab a coffee. I went a little wild. It's okay. We had a lot of fun. And let's shout out one more time for this view. Like, come on. I won't miss that. We didn't get to explore Costa Rica very much. We were on a very curated tour, but beautiful. All right, I am dressed, I am ready. Everything is packed. I haven't forgotten anything. I cleaned out the bathroom, I double checked everything. I'm going to head on down, check out, go to the cafe, grab a coffee, get on the shuttle, and head to the airport. It's kind of a bummer. This was so fun. This is like the kind of trip that I was thinking, like, ever since I've worked for the company, it's something I've wanted to do. So such a bummer that it's it's happened, it's over. Going back to real life. But I'm excited to see my wife and cats, I will tell you that. It's negative 13, feels like temperature in New York right now. I'm leaving this to go to negative 13. That's messed up. I'm gonna pastry all over myself. Waiting for the shuttle.
Okay, when I got back home, I immediately had to hop onto a call with my new stage manager to get them caught up to speed on the production. So I did not unpack the groceries or do a haul, but I'm doing that now. So here's what I got. I got 1 pack of White Claws. This is going to be our beverages for the Super Bowl watch party. I got myself a kombucha because I was so sad that I couldn't have mine yesterday. And I also got, of course, a Coke Zero for Kayleigh, for her to enjoy whenever she so desires when she arrives at home. I got some sour cream to go with the chili because I love sour cream and we always find a way to go through it. I got my tomatoes. I splurged a little and got San Marzano tomatoes for the chili. And I also got chicken broth. So that's good. I did all of the things that have to be done for like work related reasons today for the production. So now I'm going to speed clean the house and get going on my project. Or maybe I'll set up my project and take breaks to clean in between. That might be a better idea. Yeah, that might be a better idea. So I think I'm gonna do that.
Instill that in me because I'm gonna carry that forward. Because it's true. And so he's like calm.
I did end up going with Route 1. So the house is beautiful and clean. All of the dishes are done. And every chore that I can do at this point in the day has been done, which is awesome because that means I get the rest of the day to play around with my sewing project that I've really been wanting to spend some time on, but I have not. While Kayleigh's been away for various reasons, lots of emails to send and stomach bugs to get over and what have you. So, I'm gonna have a little lunch and then I'm going to get my sewing project out and I'll show you guys what I'm doing with it. All right, this is what I have for my lunch. Trying to make as few dishes as possible. So I've got my baby carrots and my cucumbers that I am dipping in some hummus. And then I've also got a slice of turkey that I am dipping in the hummus as well. Oh dear, I lost some of it. Hey, no, that wasn't for you. Willow wants some turkey, obviously. And then obligatory chili lime rolls. I've been really enjoying this lunch. It feels really well balanced and like a good size for how hungry I usually get during this time of the day. So I'm thriving, enjoying my little lunch, and then I'm gonna get my sewing stuff out. I've got all of my stuff for my sewing project set up and I'm kind of gonna walk through what I'm doing right now. Okay, so right now what I've got is, you guessed it, an old bed sheet folded in half. And so all of these pattern pieces, I need to cut out 2 of them, except for this one that's going on the fold. So I only need to cut one, and then when I unfold it, it will be 2 parts of a whole. But these are all pieces to a cute little top that I want to make that's based off another top that I already have in my possession, but it's very velvet wintry type top, and I want to make the same thing but with a little bit of elastic in the sides, so it's a little bit more breathable, and also out of linen, some scrap linen that I have kicking around from when I was done with Kayleigh's shorts. So that's what I've got going on right now. This version is going to be what's called a mock-up, where you essentially do a test run on fabric that you're not actually going to use. So that's what I've got going on right now. I'm going to cut all of these pieces out. Alright, I've been making some excellent progress. I've got all of my pieces all cut out and marked. I do just have to flip them around on the other side and trace the stitch line on the other side of the fabric, or the other piece of the fabric, I should say, because I double layered them. Anyway, I am taking a quick break from that to make the chili for my dinner tonight and also for the chili dogs tomorrow. We love this recipe. We make it all the time. And we love it so much that I have made a whole video about it. So that should be easily available to you if you so desire to copy the recipe. It's very, very simple, which is part of the reason why we love it. But I am gonna get started on that right now. All right, the chili has been assembled in the pot and I am going to just let this cook down and let all the flavors get to know each other for the next hour. And then at 5 p.m. when it's dinner time for me to take a break for dinner, I will return to this, taste for seasoning, and then dig in because it's gonna be delicious. This is my dinner. I did, in fact, just realize in this moment that I did not taste for seasoning. Crap. Well, that's okay. I will eat this and then adjust seasoning if needed. I enjoyed my dinner. I did adjust for seasoning. I did have to add some salt and chili powder, but it is delicious and perfect now. And it is all put in these containers for future use on top of chili dogs and also for a dinner or two later on in the week. And the best part of this whole thing, that's how many dishes I made making and eating dinner. That's it. 5 dishes. It's now 6:15. I've done all of the dishes that I made, so I am good to go on chores for the evening. I am just gonna put on an hour timer because sometimes when I get really excited and overly focused on a project, I like forget to drink water and stuff, and that's usually when I start making silly mistakes on my projects. So I am going to start a timer, and yeah, I'm going to continue working on my project for like an hour, and then I'm going to take a quick break and probably continue doing that until I'm ready to go to bed.
I was a little worried about going through customs and baggage claim and all that stuff in Miami. Took maybe 20 minutes, all the way through. I'm through. I'm ready to go find my gate, ready to go find dinner. That was wildly easy. I'm sure it's not like that every time, but it certainly was for me. You know why? Because I'm a lucky girly.
Last update of the night. The whole mock-up is now together. I don't know how well you can see. Yeah, I think you can still see pretty well. So there's a drawstring that goes in the neck. And so when I put that in, it will help make all of this fit a good deal better around the neck. I think this is really, really cute. I think I lost some of the shape in this front seam right here. That needs to come in a little bit just around my waist. And I think I may have actually given myself too much room with the smocked sections on the side seams, but I'm really, really happy with the shape of this and kind of how it's shaping up to fit. I think it's going to be really, really comfy when I make it out of the linen. So I'm feeling pretty stoked and good about this, and I'm going to make some adjustments to this for sure.
All right, it's technically Sunday, but we do need to close out the Saturday part of this video.
Yes, we do. We're enjoying our little polar seltzers. If you haven't had the mango blackberry one, sleeper flavor is really, really good.
This video is sponsored by Polar Seltzer.
It's not, but
It's
if
not.
Polar Seltzer wants to sponsor us,
They should.
they should.
Reach out. It was a wild and crazy week. I tried to edit the video in a way that makes any sense at all, but I recognize that I maybe did just an okay job at that. I also wasn't trying to mess with time zones. This one, I hate messing with time zones when I'm traveling.
No.
So
Especially because this one's really not very far off.
it was only Costa Rica. Technically, the whole time is an hour behind Shay, so I futzed it a little bit. Didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so for real. It was a wonderful week. I had a lot of fun. Shay got sick because I wasn't here because she missed me so much.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We're gonna hang out the rest of the day, chill with my brother and watch the Super Bowl, so we're gonna close it out here. Thanks very much for hanging out with us, following along on my fun adventures and Shay's regular fun adventures. And check out on Friday, we sit down and do our budget. Next week it'll be together again. This upcoming Tuesday we'll have our spending for the month of January.
Yeah.
And that's all. Okay, goodbye.